manager, Julia Southerly of Sycamore Spring Clothier. I'm so excited to be joining you guys for a live Facebook event this afternoon as part of our trunk show. I hope you've been enjoying yourself. I have. We are coming to you live from my home near Troy, Ohio, where I have spread out on the dining room table a selection of museum catalogs, and this is a small portion of the collection that I have built over the past 20 years of collecting historic costume and reference books. But this is one source that we can go to when we are researching 18th and early 19th century clothes for Sycamore Spring Clothier. I wanted to show you, first of all, before I go any further, that I'm actually wearing one of our linen short gowns today over a pair of jeans and boots with a little contemporary jewelry, just to let you know that you can also wear our clothing in the 21st century, not just the 18th century when you go to a reenactment. It's kind of a way to get a little bit more use out of your investment, but I've seen short gowns paired over jeans, I've seen bed jackets paired over jeans, and it looks really, really cute. So just a thought for your spring wardrobe: bring some of your reenacting clothing out, mix it up with contemporary clothing, and get a look out of it. So today I have kind of split my collection here into three different categories of good, better, best. All of these museum catalogs are full of great pictures and great information, but some are more useful than others in terms of in-depth researching for a costume. First of all, we've got the catalogs down here that are a little bit broader in their scope of research and pictures. There are some that maybe just focus on wedding attire, and you might only have maybe one or two pictures at the very beginning that focuses on the 18th century or the very early 19th century. So these are a bit of an investment if they're not heavy into the period that you're looking for, but nonetheless, it might just have the exact picture of the garment that you want to copy. So I always like to keep a selection on hand, even of the more broader range museum catalogs. This is a very beautiful one from the Cincinnati Museum of Art that they published. That place is a great place to go researching period clothes. In the next category up, we've got kind of the better museum catalogs. And these come from all over. I've got catalogs from Europe, catalogs, of course, from all over America. So I'm not particular as to exactly where they come from, as long as they're focusing on Western fashion. So we've got some, like the catalogs from the Metropolitan Museum of Art, which are always very well photographed and researched. But what I have found is that they are a little bit thinner. So I only get a few pictures of the period that I really want. The same thing with, say, the very famous Museum of Costume and Assembly Rooms in Bath, England. Of course, they really know the Regency period. That's the period they're most famous for. And it's a great catalog, but again, it's just a little skimpy maybe in the exact period that I'm looking for in the pictures that I want. One that I can really recommend to you that isn't too well known is the series that was put out in conjunction with the DAR Museum in Washington, D.C. These were put out under the name of the Martha Pullen brand. She promoted historic styles children's wear many years ago. So these books are beautifully photographed, but although this is for a lady, they do rely heavily on children's wear. But they do show some great close-up pictures of embroidery and fabric manipulation techniques that are really very, very interesting. There's about 5 books in this series, the Martha Pullen's Favorite Places series, and I would, without hesitation, recommend all of them. They're out of print now, but you can find these online. One that I'd also like to recommend that might be a little less known but very, very useful are any of the catalogs from the Shippensburg University costume collection. This is a small but mighty little university collection that is headed by Dr. Karen Bolicki, and she is a Civil War reenactor, probably among many different periods. So you get a catalog that's really from a reenactor's point of view. She puts out some small but mighty catalogs that have everything from pictures of undergarments in a collection to actually a graphed out pattern of one of her pieces. And that's enormously helpful for reenactors to be able to see the seam lines of where these, or how these garments are together. So a lot of good research, very useful pictures here for recreating an outfit. And in my category of busts, of course, everyone who does any kind of research into historic costume knows the Kyoto Costume Institute, a fabulous collection, probably the world's best, headquartered over in Japan. They do not have a standalone museum that they exhibit at, but they put together exhibits that travel all over the world. And probably their most famous exhibit that we know about in the late 18th century, early 19th century period was called Revolution in Fashion. And the book that accompanied that exhibition could be considered a Bible of pictures for the historic reenactor. If you can find it and get it for less than $100, you're doing very, very well. I don't have that one in my collection, but I do have their more broader scope fashion reference book. And it's just got the best pictures in the world. Full color, very detailed. The mannequins are posed in such ways to make the clothes come to life. They've got fully styled wigs and accessories. So you can really imagine a real person wearing all of this. They also have some great backing information that comes with all of these, eye-droppingly or jaw-droppingly gorgeous pictures. Lots of portraiture, where you can see a very similar outfit was worn. So anything published by the Kyoto Costume Institute is worth its weight in gold, and I would highly recommend it. The other kind of gold standard museum collection in the world is that, of course, of the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. They have put out some amazing catalogs that you can use for reference and research. 400 Years of Fashion is a staple. And while I love all the research, I do find that some of the black and white images of the costumes are a little small and hard to see, especially when you're trying to see something as detailed as seam lines. So while I love this one for all of the knowledge that it imparts, probably a better one for people who are trying to actually recreate the fashion is the Fashion in Detail series. And of course, they have a wonderful one for 18th century fashion in detail. It's heavy. It's got beautiful full color pictures, and they really do go in detail. The color picture is usually of a small portion of the garment, but the key to loving this book is that they have line drawings of the entire garment, and most of the time it's the front and the back. So you can really see the seam lines. You can imagine how it was put together. And then with the close-up pictures, you can almost get a visual feel for the fabric. You can almost run your eyes over that and imagine feeling it on your hands. While some of the beautiful shots of a garment from several feet away might give you the overall silhouette, sometimes you want to get into the nitty-gritty of the garment and really see how it was put together and almost be able to feel it with your eyes. The Fashion in Detail series, again, is worth every penny that you can spend on it, because you're going to go back to it over and over again and have many hours poring over this, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of eye candy to see. So those are ones that I would recommend without hesitation. There are literally thousands of museums in the world that have maybe small but mighty costume collections and hundreds of books. So this is just a teeny tiny sampling. If I had all the money in the world, I would go to Amazon and buy them all and have, an enormous collection here in my house. If you have a favorite museum catalog that I haven't gone over or haven't touched on, please put it in the comments on this video so we can all share and know what is worth our money, what is worth our investment going out there. Because a lot of these are not cheap, and you want to make sure that when you spend the money on a reference book, it's going to be a real reference that you're going to be able to go back to year after year, instead of opening it once, closing it, and deciding that maybe it wasn't worth the price. So thanks anyway very much for coming to my house with me this afternoon. I'll turn it back over to Mallory, and we'll see you later. Have fun, everyone. Happy Trunk Show. Bye.